What's up, everybody, man? We late night streaming, man. I know I don't normally do this format, but I thought it was a good basketball game, man. So I do want to hop into it real quick. So anybody rocking, that's cool. If I'm 100 deep, to quote the great Slim Thug, that's what we gonna do. So, man, first and foremost, man, this game was a lot closer than I thought. The Lakers lost by 6 points in this endeavor. Okay, that's we 4 deep. Salute to Ghost. And guys, I'm open the panel up early. If you guys want to talk about some of your takeaways, I'm just gonna go over a few things I saw. And then that being one of them, Russ going over. Man, Russell Westbrook is the gift that keeps on giving, man. He's the gift that keep on giving. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I hate being right, man. Salute the Thunder in the building. Again, man, I'm gonna open the panel up a little earlier than usual. I want to go over a few game notes, talk about what I saw, talk about my insights. Again, as you know, I am a Los Angeles Laker fan. But good Lord, they make it so hard for you, boy. They make it hard to be a Lakers fan. Lord have mercy. But we'll get to that. First thing I want to say is y'all hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Suggest a page to somebody. That you'd be much appreciated. But without further ado, I gotta say, the LeBron versus Father Time inundation. Lord have mercy, man. It's like every other second. They pitching you that LeBron versus Father Time, but I ain't mad at it, man. Nike gonna get that money, man, and LeBron gonna break the record this year, as we already know. So I mean, it's a little much. All right, Brian Johnson said Clippers couldn't hit. Should have been. Agreed, absolutely agreed, my friend. That should have been a blowout. And I was just telling my girl, man, like the Clippers won by like 6, I believe. It should have been a blowout. That game should not have been close, and I'm gonna get to why. Ty Lue kind of dropped the ball a little bit, and I'll get to that. Pat Bev over Russ. Oh, I said that when he came. Listen, guys, and no disrespect to Russ as far as his career is concerned. As it currently stands, I would take a ham sandwich over Russell Westbrook because he's a shell of himself. And don't look at me. Look at his performances, right? Say LeBron be carrying, man. Yeah, I mean, carrying not is necessarily carrying the team, but carrying the ball. And he also, I'm gonna give LeBron his card. LeBron does a really good job of management from the mid-post range, so I'll give him that. But it's just so hard to watch. It's hella cringe. Andrew in the building says, "Good evening, my brother." Nah, man, I ain't never seen a player shoot that many shots and break that much. I mean, listen, I'm not picking on him, man. You know, the proof is in the pudding, bro. The proof is in the pudding. And shout out to my man Third in the building says, I've been telling people that for 10 years, man. 10 years. And one thing I said, I always say is Russ he's not a guy who can't play. He's just a guy with extremely low basketball IQ. It is what it is, man. Hey, don't blame me. Blame your managers. Shout out to who said that? My boy Elliot Ness. Let's see. Russ doesn't fit the Lakers. He don't fit anybody's team. This is his story everywhere he go. He don't fit nobody. Go says, who jogging the Russ? Hey, man, seriously. I'm better for the Lakers sitting on the bench than him playing. Let's see. Clippers got into ISO. Yes. Should have been a blowout. Yes, man. I got that in my game notes. Absolutely, man. Great observation, bro. Roy Tomasi over. I really hope I shoot better than Russ. That's fact. Hey, if you can make 1 out of 11, you shoot better than Russ. That's just real talk. Bright spot, Lonnie Walker, new Malik Monk for the year. Yeah, but he can't shoot. But yeah, no, I think that's a great analogy in a Jordan Clarkson kind of way. All right, so let's talk about first half. Let's break it down. First off, my first notes I got is John Wall looked good, man. John Wall came in and he finished pretty good too. Now, he took some ill-advised shots at the very end. But he looked good at the beginning, man. And so it's good to see John Wall get active because, he's been like on the sideline for about a year and a half. So, I'm not a fan of his game. I think he's more Westbrook than he is Chris Paul. But at the end of the day, I'm good. I'm happy seeing the young brother get out there and get after it. So let's see. Also, Zubac, man. Zubac was huge for this ball team, man. Zubac came in and gave those rebounds where like it seemed as if it was a 50-50 ball. Now, Zubac got to work on some control after he gets his rebounds because he had a few of them deflected out. Now, it's weird because Zubac keeps the ball high. Because when you have a big guy, especially who is maybe not be the most coordinated, you want them to keep the ball high. And Zubac does that. Something about his mechanics is a little off, man. So, but no, Zubac gets he gets my credit in that regard. Third says this is LeBron fault. He wanted Russ so the Lakers win and got him. Plus, Bron constructed his team and he's a player and GM. Blame him. You get credit for deserve to blame. Hey, I'm already on that boat. Matter of fact, one of my homies, man, shout out to Hoop Jargon member Van Robbins, man. He came down and he wanted to go to the Lakers game. I was like, how much it cost? And he said it cost about $300. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm not paying $300 to watch that trash. Yeah, and we didn't play trash today per se, but I'm gonna get into why. To me, it still was a little lackluster. It just was. I'm sorry. It just was. And y'all hit that like button, man. I see we 8 deep. Again, I know this is late, but I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Thunder says Russ' percentage is so bad. I mean, his percentage was non-existent. He was 0 for 11. and y'all get on me for making these series about is Russell Westbrook done. Listen, man, proof is in the pudding. Zubac, another great giveaway. The Lakers, we gave him away. I always liked him. Say, bro, Westbrook kept shooting. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, that's what he gonna do. But first, I want to open this panel up because I want y'all to rock. So Kawhi, he looks like he lacks repetition, and as the game went on, he kind of felt a little more comfortable. So that was, I'm glad to see Kawhi got it going late. But yeah, he definitely looked a little labored, man, and well, not even labored, just tired. And I'll get to at the end with two things I didn't like they did. But too much PG ISO, man. Like, one thing I get the Clippers a lot of credit for. They're a good basketball team. The LA Clippers, they're like too deep at every position. Now, not so much the center position because Marcus Morris, I don't trust him. But Zubac, man, you got Batum, you have I forget the buddy name, but then you got PG, you got Kawhi, you got the three-headed point guard monster they got there. Man, the Clippers are deep. And I remember going to a Clippers game last year, and PG and Kawhi was out, and they beat the hell out the Heat. And I just saw those guys play a good brand of basketball. They just do. So they get kudos from me off rip. So I knew we'd be in trouble this game because it's just it's a lot to overcome. But when they start to do too much isolation basketball, I was just like cringe, man. Like run your stuff, man. You got Kennard who can come off and pop the three. You got a lot of options on that offense, man. You got your boy Reggie Jackson who can facilitate at a high level. Like, y'all got so many options, and y'all just relegate yourselves to Paul George ISO up top. I'm just like, ugh. Y'all better than that. But so I got solid team ball. So Lakers first half, the 3-point and kick out was just that was our demise. We couldn't hit a damn kick out three to save our life. And that's going to Lonnie Walker. That's going to your boy Beverly. That's going to AD's about the only one who can knock down an open three today. LeBron, too much 3-point shooting, too much chasing Kareem. You know what? I want LeBron James to be in the middle post the rest of the year. I think that's where he's most comfortable. Now, I understand that that's not winning basketball, but I don't want to see LeBron hesitating shooting that deep three no more. I'm tired of seeing it. Just saying. Russ got to go, bro, tonight. Nah, he should have win. He should win last year. I told y'all, Russell Westbrook should win last year. I changed him for a ham sandwich. Clippers are deep, but the Warriors got a deep bench with shoes. Absolutely. And they play a better brand of overall basketball. Third says the league blackball Melo because of negative propaganda and ESPN sports media put out there. But Russ on some BS for years now. And media wants to call it out. Yeah, because Russ represents that frenetic black male energy, in my opinion. Just when the Nipsey Hussle situation, how he just overdid it. And in my mind, in my opinion, that's kind of promoting gang culture, and I'm not a fan of that shit, man. I'm not a fan of that. But now let me give Russ some of his card. He's active on defense in the first half, even though he was 0 for 6 for shooting. But that's what I want to see from Russ, man. And I know it's going to be really hard for him to accept that role of being an active defender because that's never been him. But he has no choice at this stage of his career. The game has passed him up. I'm sorry. And your boy Hoop Jogging, man, I've been 2 years ahead of this train on wax. Brian Johnson says facts. I mean, hey, man, I'm going to tell you the facts whether you like it or not, man. You can listen to people who going to sit here and just give everybody credit and nobody no criticism. I'm going to tell you what I see. Straight up. Let's see. LeBron, he was slow but effective. Too many threes, like I went over. I ain't gonna lie, I love Caucasian brothers on the team. Reeves and your boy Ryan. They played really smart, man. And I think Reeves got in foul trouble early, so they couldn't use him like they wanted to. But I like how those two dudes play because they play within themselves very well. Let's see what we got. Pat Bev, he played good defense, terrible offense. I mean, it's to be expected. No breaking news there. Your boy AD was solid until he got hurt. But you know what? Let me say this. AD, we all know he's Mr. Glass. But I've been injured like that before, and being a taller guy, I was actually roller skating at a roller rink, and I fell on my back, like plumb on my back. Man, that thing was on fire, man. I had to actually call into work the next day. So him being 6'11", taking that same similar type of fall, I know it hurt him. So I'm not gonna call him Mr. Glass on that one. Let's see. Meta World says he couldn't even blow past Zubac. Yeah, man. Westbrook's done, bro. Proverbially speaking, I'm not saying he can't play basketball. I know some of y'all get real tight about Westbrook, but I'm just saying, man, what I'm looking at, bro, it ain't great. Let's say Walker can't shoot, but very athletic, yes. And so, again, these are first half notes. Lonnie Walker the fourth, man, he looked good, man, with finishing, man. He looked very, very good around the rim. I tell you what, Reggie Miller is competing for the Shannon Sharp, LeBron James, Lord and Savior / boyfriend title. I swear to God, literally, LeBron James got a rebound in traffic. Oh, look at him at 38 years old. He's still he got a rebound? This dude's 6'9". On a rebound? Y'all peep game. Watch next time TNT shows the game. Watch how Reggie Miller, he bloviates over every single thing LeBron James does. This shit's annoying, man. He's also, I'm sorry, he's in competition with your boy Nick Wright too. Nick Wright, those two are jockeying for the lore of LeBron James. I'm sorry, for the adulation of LeBron James. That's for damn sure. But you know, it is what it is. So let's go to the second half. So the Clips come off with a massive run. So the Lakers, let me give the Lakers a credit. We came and tied the game up before half. Now, one thing was in my mind is this sustainable? Because we're not hitting shots. What we were doing is getting a lot of defensive stops and scoring in transition, which I think that's our best plan. We're going to have to commit to scoring in transition, playing good defense, but good luck with that roster, right? So that's when we came back, and we looked good for a little hot second, but I'm like, okay, we ain't the best defenders. That's not very sustainable, but it's good that we came and tied the game up. I'm not going to take away from that. Brian says, Lakers have an 0-6 start. I agree. I hate it, but I agree. My boy Tubbs says Zubac got a chip in the shoulder because he traded him. You know what? I don't think he have a chip no more. I think Zubac just do what he do. You can send Zubac to the freaking Kings, and he still do the same thing. He's just a solid player. He's a solid player. Metal also says it was over PG. It was over, though, PG, but I hear you. Yeah. Uh-oh. Let's see how you build a team with no shooters, especially in this day and age. Thank you. In the indictment the lecture, isn't it because, like, hey, LeBron James makes you better, and if you just catch and shoot, you do that. Why the hell don't we have a catch and shoot team? Why don't we get Buddy Hield over Russell Westbrook? It makes no sense. But hey, I'm amongst the school of thought. We made this bed, we need to lay in it. And I'll be honest, I'm not spending $1 on the Lakers until we change this team up. I'm not spending $1. I'll watch them. I ain't spending $1 on them. But after LeBron misses the shot, he think he got fouled. Yes. I say this all the time. LeBron James does not run back on defense, man. It's right here with it. And even after this, jog. And I got the same smoke for everybody, man. Your boy Victor Wembanyama, who's going to be the #1 pick in the draft next year. I got on him when me and my boy Between the Game Sports did a breakdown 2 weeks ago. I got on him about jogging back. Man, I hate that. I don't care who you are. Because what you're doing is you're putting your team at a disadvantage. And, man, that's selfish, bro. That's selfish. All right, so let's go to the second half. They started with a massive run, like I said. Zubac, very important. ISO killing them. Now, the one thing I didn't like was Coach Lou. When he took Kawhi and Paul George out, man, they started going ISO ball with Reggie Jackson, and I forget who else was doing ISO. I was just like, that's not sustainable, man. And the Lakers made another run when they started doing that. And I think your boy Lou almost blew the game. Lou, he had them on the bench a little too long, and luckily they came in and PG got it cooking, and then I don't know what the hell they trying to do, posting up Kawhi Leonard, back posting. I hate back posting. Anybody who played a high level of basketball, like back posting don't work like that. You got to work for front position, because back posting basically it's like you got to get leverage up top and throw it over the top. It's a rough pass unless you got like 7 foot, then it's easier. Kawhi Leonard 6'7", man. I know his arms reach to Jesus. I get it. But that's just a bad pass. And Russ did his thing, man. He defended that twice, got 2 steals. He did what he's supposed to do when you throw a bullshit ass pass like that. So, like I say, he left the starters in too long, but he brought him back in. And your boy Zubac again. I can't say his name enough. Your boy Zubac came back in and just held it down with the rebounds, keeping the ball high, like, for a guy that tall and statuesque. Zubac saved that game. I'm sorry. Third says the Lakers trying to get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. That might help them, but that move ain't winning them a chip. No, I agree. It'll make us a better basketball team, but we ain't winning shit. Again, I'm amongst that school of thought, man. We gonna down this hill we made. We gonna down the hill, and that's cool. Y'all hit the like button. All right. So lastly, my second half notes with the Lakers. They had a big third quarter letdown. That's 2 games in a row we've done that. AD tried to tough out that injury, but I knew he was done. AD. That's a rough injury to fall on your back like that. Again, I'm not gonna call him soft for that, but I mean, at the end of the day, you got so many injuries. Miles Turner is hurt. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. All right, appreciate that information, bro. Also Reggie. Let's see. Oh, and Reggie Miller again with the, in the media, false narratives come together with false rhetoric. And your boy Reggie Miller was talking about some, that's the year that everybody said he's going to slow down. But look at him. Reggie, nobody said that. Nobody said LeBron James is going to slow down. He averaged 30 last year. Most people are saying he's still playing at a top 10 level going into year 20. That's what everybody says. Now, Hoop Jargon don't say that. Hoop Jargon has been on record to say he's not a top 10 player anymore. And I got pushed back till I started naming players, and then it came to, a decent little argument. So, and was it on this channel or on my boy Flight's channel? I don't remember, but people like me have been saying that, but the general consensus, ain't nobody been saying LeBron slowing down, man. I don't understand Reggie Miller, man. Anyway, I was scratching my head when PG and Kawhi was on the bench. I thought Lou was getting, exactly, man. That's just horrible coaching, in my opinion. Third says, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers ultimately end up missing the playoff. Hey, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't be mad either because this team sucks. Now, we don't suck in the sense that we can't play basketball and we don't have a puncher's chance to be, a contender. But if we lose out, I'm not surprised because the pieces just don't fit. And I've been on record for 2 years saying this. All right, so Toscano, I like Toscano, man. He's scrappy. He got to work on that jumper. That J work was weak, but he's scrappy. Because I didn't get to see a lot of him playing for Golden State last year, but he looked pretty good tonight. LeBron needs to stay at the mid post. Yes, LeBron at the mid post was killing, man. We had a 16-4 run to close the gap. Awesome passing by LeBron. I think that's where he needs to stay. That's where he's most effective, and that's where he impacts the game the most, in my opinion. Lonnie Walker with the spark with 24 points looked damn good. And Westbrook was non-existent. Darvin Ham did good by leaving on the bench. Perfect strategy because that dude was 0 for 11 today, as y'all already pointed out. And check this. And I'm going to end this and then we're going to bring it back up. The Lakers are 19 of 84 from 3 this year. 19 for 84 from 3. Well, 85 because Reeves heaved up that 3 at the end of the thing. That is atrocious. That's atrocious, man. You're not about to sell me on no championship hoping, and that's how we shoot. Stop it. And lastly, my last note was their game strategy to post up Kawhi, back posting him like that. I didn't love that. But Kawhi ended up having to get a good little finish at the very end, and that's all she wrote. So with that being said, let me drop the link. If y'all want to come up and talk a little bit, we can do that. But overall, man, I thought the Lakers overachieved, man. I thought we were supposed to get dusted off that game. But we showed some heart, and I appreciate players fighting hard, man. I hate seeing people lay down. Even if my team, the other team. Now, if you're playing against me, and it's an important game, go on, lay down. Go 1983, exactly, dog. You're not going to beat the Bad News Bears shooting like that, bro. That's ridiculous. And again, the funny part was The shots we were missing was at the great penetration, a kick, and these are shots that you catch in your scoring pocket. That thing ain't supposed to go down. Everybody's like, oh, like over and over and over and over. You kept seeing the same reaction from the crowd, man. That's embarrassing, man. Like you're not gonna beat nobody with that. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Somebody tell me I'm lying. So, thus going forward, what do the Lakers need to do? Lakers gotta find some shooters, man. Lonnie Walker, again, great addition to what we're doing, but we gotta find some more minutes for Reeves. Find some more minutes for that boy. See, now the problem is Reeves can defend a little bit. I'm not sure about Ryan, so it's a trade-off. First thing, well, let me say this: first order of business is you got to find a way to get it from up under Russell Westbrook. You got to. You just have to. Because at the end of the day, as atrocious as an offensive game that Pat Bev played, he did a good job of getting guys in line for defense, and he saw he was mic'd up. So the stuff he was saying, man, that's what you need from an on-court leader. Now he can only lead. The problem with Bev is he ain't good enough to lead on both sides of the court. He's just good enough to lead on the defensive side of the court because his offensive game is too deficient. But I don't mind having, again, I'm not a big Pat Bev fan, but I'll take that over Russell Westbrook, who's now in this new age of basketball is damn near becoming unusable, right? I'm just saying, bro. Brian Johnson says, I'm going to keep it a buck. The Lakers not a good team. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, we got AD, we got LeBron. That's going to get you in games, but I think my guy Marvin asked me, what would the first 10 games be for the Lakers? I think my prediction was like 4-6. And even though the score was close, I may have been generous with that one. It may be more like 2-8. Because I think that our schedule's a little rough coming out, and we just don't play a good brand of basketball, in my opinion. I think we can in flurries. And again, that gives you a puncher's chance, but as far as a whole concerted effort for the whole game, I'll be lying to you if I say I see it, bro. Third also says, honestly, all those years, LeBron being able to handpick his teams and starting to backfire on him because he doesn't have two other superstars playing with him in a bunch of, hey, when you talk that kind of language around these streets, man, you've been a hater. You've been a hater when you say stuff like that, man. It's going to be a dichotomy of when he breaks the record, which he will this year, barring injury, Lord forbid. It's going to be a lot of ballyhoo around the fact that he surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But the dichotomy is the team is going, we're not going to be very good overall. And so what I think they're going to do is they're going to push the record really, 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 really hard. Because if it was organic, they wouldn't have to do all this stuff. It would just be coming and the team is rolling and everybody be like, damn, LeBron breaking the record and he about to win a championship in his – yeah, but you can kind of see them angling right now. It's all about what he's doing statistically, and statistically he cannot defend. And now I know you're saying, Hoop, you tripping, man. He had 2 blocks today, which he had 2 nice blocks. He did. One of which when a guy kind of spinned off him, so he created space and he just closed the space. Well, he blew by him. So he closed the space with his chase down, block speed. Other one, he came over and helped with a chase down block. So LeBron's going to do that. LeBron, he's really good at timing. He's very athletic. So he's going to do that. But my problem with him is he doesn't play defense like straight up defense. That's what doesn't show up on a box score or the highlight reel. And that's what actually wins you basketball games. That's my issue with him. Third says, people been calling me number one LeBron hater for years. I'm used to it. I mean, same here, bro. I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. They're not a top 8 team. Yeah, I tell you what, like I always say, you're probably more right than wrong, Brian. You're probably more right than wrong. All right, man, so they can get rid of Westbrook and have the rest of the injured players. They'll come back. They'll be all right. No real contender. Yeah, I think all right is probably the best analysis of what's going on. And I'm not upset about it. One thing I don't do is worry too much about things I can't control. Or when I understand something, I don't let it bother me because I understand it. And I understand the Lakers. All right, so we're going to hop on a little bit with Brian hopping in the chat, man. What's going on, B?
How you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing well, man. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good, man. I watched that basketball game. Like I know your basketball knowledge is way more than mine. I'm just a fan of the game, but you know,
All good. All good.
they're eh, they're terrible. I mean, my son lives in upstate New York, and I'm here. Like I said, I'm away up in Canada. It's like 2 o'clock my time or whatever, and so we're watching the game, and he's on. We're talking on the computer. We're watching the game, and we're just saying, my oh my, the Clippers should have blown them out at least by 20. And it's like you were saying with Ty Lue, when he had Paul George and Kawhi on the bench, it's like Ty Lue act like he was betting on the point spread.
I hate to say it, I'm not a conspiracy theorist like that. But there's been clear instances where that kind of thing happens. Arizona State being one back in the '90s. But I was just like, dude, is this dude point shaving?
Yeah, like I understand, with Kawhi, that Kawhi is probably the poster child of of management. You know what I mean? As far as trying to save a player from getting hurt and just resting, and understand that he's been off for a year and a half. And I love Kawhi Leonard as far as a player. I think he's just an excellent player. But and the thing also we were talking about with LeBron. LeBron's obviously one of the greatest players ever played the game. But
Agreed.
and that record for me is skewed. Nothing taken away from LeBron's break, not taken away. But you look at errors. Errors. When Kareem was playing, there wasn't really that much of the 3-point shot. So it takes away a lot as far as scoring, where you have guys now after that era. Michael Jordan, wasn't they say wasn't a great 3-point shooter, but he never shot that many 3-point shots.
Because he didn't grow up. Yeah, he didn't grow up three.
Yeah, exactly. Shooting the three. So a lot of those points, that he's got, obviously it's earned. But, to say, will he be the GOAT if he passes? Well, LeBron James, what he has, and I'm going to give the man credit, is longevity and the level that he's played for and sustained for such a long time. But, if you delve into it, because I have a lot of coworkers that are big LeBron fans, and myself growing up in my age group, we're big Michael Jordan fans.
Yeah.
And then, but if you look at their prime years, it's not even close. It's not even close.
The reality is, if you and shout out to Sub-Zero who made this statement, if you overlap Jordan and LeBron James' career, you would still have 2 championships, like 3 finals. I'm sorry, 2 finals MVPs, 3 defensive players of the year, and a few first team All NBAs left over. So you still got a Hall of Fame career, even with the overlap from Jordan, and he did it in 8 less seasons. That's crazy.
And you look at it also. Michael Jordan only lost 1 playoff series when he had 1 All-Star on his team. So
yeah,
you look at that aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, we're not taking any away from LeBron. I'm not really big on comparing errors anyways, because I wasn't fortunate enough to see Bill Russell, or I seen little parts of Will Chamberlain as a young kid and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? And then we always forget about Kobe. We forget about Larry Bird. You know what I mean? Larry Bird was a bad boy. and would talk that stuff to you.
Yeah, he would.
But it's just watching LeBron now, and he's still playing, I think, at a high level, but he's definitely not a top 10 player now. Definitely
He's not. He just plays one side of basketball. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not saying you have to be proficient on the other half, because why is that? Because Steph Curry clearly is not a top 10 defender, but what he brings to the game offensively, as far as individual and team concept, and he actually tries to play defense.
But he's underrated as a defensive player.
Yeah, exactly. He tries. He mixes up. He gets out there. So LeBron, again, all the walking back and just the lethargic, responses to when he doesn't get his way. I'm sorry, that's not a top 10 player. That's not a top 10 player. And I can go into more metrics too, but I won't bore the audience. But that's just my take. And I think he's not been a top 10 player for about a whole year now. But I know that's blasphemy to some people. That's blasphemy.
Well, yeah, that's definitely blasphemy. Especially for Nick Wright, Shannon Sharp, and Reggie Miller. Those. I see poor Nick Wright almost cry on the show when somebody tells him that LeBron is not the GOAT. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
he goes into this ridiculous tangents and soliloquies to say this, and that. But the thing is, the Lakers. You look at the team, and you were mentioning AD and LeBron, obviously great players, but I don't even think they're top. They're not a top 18 in the West.
It's arguable.
Well, you got Golden. Look at Golden State. We got Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
We got Memphis. We
Mm-hmm.
got Denver. We got Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget about the Pelicans.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, who else am I forgetting here? Yeah, so maybe they're 7-7. Maybe I'm going seven. They're 7/8 round. You know what I mean? Minnesota Timberwolves.
Minnesota and possibly Portland can
And
possibly creep in a little ahead of us.
uh,
So yeah,
oh,
it's debatable.
I forgot about. I even forgot about Phoenix.
Oh yeah. So arguably 9.
Yeah. So thank God for the play. Oh,
It's
man.
it's a crock, man. That as a Laker fan, I'm relegated to looking forward to maybe making the playoff. I'm sorry, the play in when this was sold to me as this was supposed to be like this great era for us. Now again, he got us the bubble championship. Everybody got their opinions on that.
Well, what they say, put asterisks on that one.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. Other than that, man, it's been a lot of failure, man.
But you know what? Sorry to cut you off there. Hindsight's 2020, right? And you look when LeBron made the change. Well, when he signed with the Lakers to be a free agent, if he would have had the patience and maybe stuck with some of that young core, they would have been much better off than what they are right now.
Well, you talking to the choir here, man. I was pissed they traded all that for AD, man. I used to love Lonzo Ball. I love Bi. Josh Hart, whatever. But I just think, man, with Bi, Kuzma, yeah, I wasn't super high on Kuzma. I was cool if he left.
What's the guy in Chicago? The white
Lonzo?
dude. The white dude in Chicago.
Oh, Caruso.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see Caruso leave either, but I know he had to take his money, so I understood.
Oh yeah, for sure, he had to get his bag.
Yeah, because Caruso came out, man. I respect him so much because white dude came out of Texas A&M University, and he got basically his NBA shot because him and Daniel House, man, they came back from a game. I think they were down like 10 points in the last like 45 seconds, and they came back and won the game like in the second round, and that kind of started the Caruso story. So I'm glad to see he played his way in the NBA. I'm glad he shaved his head because that receding hairline was awful. You know what I mean? He's one of them dudes that earned everything he got.
Yeah.
So I appreciate watching guys like that get to that next level.
And even getting rid of Caldwell Pope. You know what I mean? In the trade to get Russ.
And everybody used to do some on Caldwell Pope, but I'm like, man, he's streaky now. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
He's a streaky joker, but Caldwell Pope gave you that 3-and-D element that we were missing, like when Danny Green left. When before Malik Monk came, he was inconsistently consistent, if that makes sense. So I thought that was a tough thing to lose for Russell Westbrook. Like again, I said this. Again, I'm not Johnny Come Lately. When we first signed him, I came online and I made a video about it. And I said, it's not going to work. This dude cannot play off ball. This dude cannot play defense. There's no way in blue hell it's going to work. And everybody called me a hater. And then, my opinion just aged like fine wine because here we are a year and a half later, or a year and some change later. We're still stuck in the mud with him. So much so that we hardly even playing him. 0 for 11 today. 0 for 11. Come on, man.
Russ, I know he's a hometown boy in LA. And most players or more athletes like to play in their hometown if it's feasible for them. But this is somewhere he doesn't look happy. You know what I mean? He's playing with no joy. Charles Barkley said it well. He's playing with no joy. And when you're an athlete and speculation, it's part of the business about being traded and stuff. That's the business part of athletics. But when your name is constantly being thrown up in trade, you know what I mean? Yes, he's making a lot of money, and maybe that's one of the reasons why he say, heck with that, I'll just stay, just hang on to this. But in some regard, you might say to yourself, hey man, just let me go somewhere. Buy me out or let me go somewhere. because this is ridiculous. And the thing is, if they were saying at the beginning of the year that he should come, I think he better suited for the team coming off the bench if he's going to stay. But he definitely shouldn't be a starter. He definitely shouldn't be a starter. Come off the bench, second unit, he can provide the energy that they need. But the problem with Russ is, like better than me, he just plays too fast. He's too erratic, and he has very low basketball IQ.
Mm-hmm. And the analogy I always make is he's a pitcher who only has a fastball. That's it. He has a fastball. Nothing off speed, no curveball.
Yeah.
Nothing off speed. That's it.
And you said today, and I was listening to you before, and I said that to my son tonight. It was funny. John Wall is a Russell Westbrook 2.0, but at least John Wall can shoot. You know what I mean? I think he's going to get his game back. You know what I mean? It's been off for almost 2 years, so he will get his game back. But I was watching John Wall tonight, parts of the game tonight, and he was a little bit out of control.
A little out of control.
Yeah.
That's John Wall, though. But John Wall is more of a point guard, though. He still has more of a point guard mind. So, and I was an advocate last year, like, man, trade whatever for Russ for John Wall. Trade whatever the Rockets want. John Wall for Russell Westbrook, so at least we can use him. In my opinion, I know everybody says, oh, Russ averaged 17, 7-7 last year, but it was a bad 17, 7-7. Listen, man, don't take it from hoop jargon. Let's run down the stat list. This is from last year. This dude saying when Frank Vogel started benching him, which was, absurd at the time, but now it's commonplace. Another one, 185 turnovers, 111 made jumpers. This is your boy Russell Westbrook. Defensively, this was 1 month before the season was over. Him and LeBron James tied at 439 in the defensive rank. Horrible. First 3 games. Well, not the first 3, but a 3-game span. This is the kind of stuff he's putting up. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just watching it happen. Man. And, I'm not going to lie. I like being right. So this is cool. Because I said it earlier, man.
Yeah.
Like, this dude just,
I told you so. You got that? I told you so.
Hit you with that. I told you so. It's like he don't fit nobody's stuff. And everybody will keep saying, let him be him and yada, yada, yada. He's not going to fit nowhere. The game has passed him up. I'm sorry. So everybody who say he can go somewhere else, that's my response.
But the same energy that they have with Russ, sometimes that's where they're so lenient with I didn't know that stat about LeBron either, how low he was on the defensive part either. You know what I mean? But you'll never hear Nick Wright say that. You'll never hear Shannon Sharp say that. Obviously Reggie Miller. I thought Reggie changed his name to Reggie James. That's wow, man. What's going on here?
I guess I ain't been paying attention, man. I did not know that he was such an ardent LeBron James fan. I was just like, Reggie, good God. Like when I saw him get when LeBron James got a rebound, he was like, oh, look at him still doing that 30. I'm like, getting a rebound? What? what are we talking about, man? Like, it's hard for me, man. I'm such a basketball purist, man. And to see when people clearly have agendas and they start speaking about the game, it does perturb me a little bit. It does. It actually, it perturbs me a lot of bit. So, like they say, you got to take the good with the bad. So it's just going to be a fun ride. And by fun, I mean not fun this year. It's going to be about LeBron breaking his record.
It's going to be a long season for you. It's going to be a long season for Lakers fans. But the ironic thing about it is that they're going to change the narrative because LeBron is going to break Kareem's record. So they're going to highlight that, and they're not going to highlight the fault of the team, the lack of winning, the lack of camaraderie. They just look bad out there.
This is exactly what it is.
They just look bad out there. It's just like there's you know what I mean. I feel sorry for this new coach. I really do. I really do, because sometimes, it kind of reminds me when Steve Kerr got the job from Golden State. He was first offered the New York Knicks job, and he looked at it and said, nah. Sometimes you just got to say no.
Especially your first gig you take, man. You got to be careful, man. And Unfortunately, Darvin Ham was like the 16th choice. And then he
Yeah,
finally. So I'm with you, man. I feel bad for him in that sense, but at the end of the day, man, like LeVar Ball told me, don't feel bad for the man in the Maybach. So
yeah, that's true.
it's a
That's true.
filthy rich guy. So I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. It's the nature of the game, man. So, um, you know, that's all I got with that. But man, I hope T. Lue he shores up some of those late game decisions because I think the Clippers have a really good team.
They have a
You
very good
know,
team. I'm just saying from the outset what I've seen so far. Uh, all depends on health. Always depends on health with the Clippers,
yeah,
like any other team. But really with the Clippers with Kawhi's situation, um, I can see them and the Warriors in the conference finals.
very
Yeah,
likely.
yeah.
Very likely, unless Dallas or Memphis has something to say about it or another sleeper. The Nuggets, I don't trust them. I think the Nuggets are 2 rounds and out. I've been saying that for about a decade now.
Uh,
They're just a 2 round and out team. I just they'll find a way to trick the game off. They don't have enough star power. I know it sounds weird having a 2-time MVP on their team, but I just don't think Jokic, when they need him, has the ability.
Jokic or Murray, but the other kid there, what's his name?
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. Him and Jokic are good, but the kid that was hurt that they drafted and he was out last year.
Michael Porter Jr.
I don't trust him.
Yeah, no, same here.
I don't trust him.
Same here.
You know what I mean? He's a good player, but I don't. You know what I mean? Just for my knowledge of the game, I just don't trust him as far as like that.
I don't either. I don't trust two things. I don't trust combo guards and tweeners. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
For them being a complimentary piece, cool. For being a main piece, show me where that's worked. With a tweener and a combo guard being one of your main fixtures. I haven't seen it. Well, at least I can't recall, but maybe I'm forgetting. I don't like it. I like to find pieces out there because when you come into a hard series, you gotta be able to know who can do what. Everybody know their role, and you go execute. So when I see those tweeners, and by tweeners I mean the 3-4 position and the 1-2 position, no thank you.
Yeah, and who do you think, real quick, who's coming out of the East?
Oh, good question, man. I want to see a little more of the Nets before I write them off or on. Philly, I don't trust them. I think it may be the Bucks again, man. The Bucks just know who they are. They play within themselves, and I think there's a lot to be said about a team like that. And oh, by the way, having one of the best players in basketball, if not the best basketball player in the world.
I just see the Nets watching the game. It's, you really can't go off one game sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you got to wait for a team especially a team that's basically been put together, and see if they can have consistency. But I just feel there's too much ISO ball. Too much ISO ball.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Agreed.
okay, I'm gonna get the ball. Okay, now just down and see what I can do. KD's gonna go off, and Kyrie he'll go off. Ben Simmons is afraid to shoot.
Yeah.
It's yeah, and I still think they're very weak down the middle.
That's fair. I hope that I know Ben Simmons he's been out a year, so I'm giving him the same pass I'm giving Kawhi Leonard. I'm gonna give him some time to get their legs back up under him. But I think that theoretically, Ben Simmons can shore up all that ISO ball crap that they play, speed their game up, as far as transition, get the rebound, get the ball up, things of that nature. Because like you said, he doesn't even want to shoot. He can't shoot. He don't want to shoot. So that's actually perfect for the Nets because KD and Kyrie want to let that thing go. So I want to see about a 10-game sample size before I give my stamp of approval on the Nets or not because they got so many moving parts. They got a coach, in my opinion, who ain't a coach, and Steve Nash. So I want to get 10 games. Get 10 games under me, then I'll be able to give my stamp. But I like their potential, though. I'll say that.
But you see, the Nets created their own mess because Kevin and Kyrie signed off on that. They create their own mess. Steve Nash, I know he was an advisor in Golden State for years and stuff. Being an advisor, a counselor, you know what I mean? A liaison to players, helping them out, helping Curry out in different situations, you know what I mean? As far as figuring out the game, that's all fine and dandy. But to coach a game, be a leader of men is completely different. Might have been a point guard, which you had to lead in a certain aspect. But when you're a coach, different in-game decisions, different adjustments that you have to make. It's never been made. It seemed like he's being out-coached every game. It's just like one of the coaches in the league that I think he's the most overrated. Me and my son always say the most overrated coach in the league is Doc Rivers.
No, yeah.
You know,
I can't argue too much on that point.
he won one chip, but you had the players to win the chip. But ever since that, he's the coach that lost the most 3-1 leads that had good teams.
He's supposed to be an offensive guy, and they always fold offensively late in games, in meaningful games. So I can't argue you down whatsoever in that. And moreover, I mean, you remember the famous line that Kyrie said, like, we don't really even need a coach. Yeah. So that tells you, I'm sorry, man. Me having played Division I basketball, played ball overseas, if your players view the leadership that way, that's not great. That's not great, because when times break down, because players, man, we get myopia. We get that tunnel vision, and we think that the way we see it is the best way. If you don't have a person being, I guess omnipresent, where they see things from a more panoramic situation and give you instruction, if you're not willing to listen to that, you're gonna miss out on some stuff, man. And I'm sorry, Kyrie Irving is the best defender that the world ever seen. KD is pretty good, but you put all those things together in a nice little cake batter and mix it up. That cake gonna taste kind of nasty, man. Just saying.
There's always an element that will be missing.
Yep, something's gonna be missing. It's just like I mean, it look like a nice cake, but it just an ingredient's missing. Like I don't like it. Derpy Gaming says, I knew coming this season the Lakers weren't doing nothing because the front office had supported Bron. Only thing to get out of his season is NBA history passing cream. That's what you appreciate. Well, Derpy, I actually, I think the opposite. I think they gave LeBron stuff he wanted, and they had to deal with things based on the money that's left over, which is not a lot. So I know in a lot of you guys' mind, you think that you can wave a wand and give LeBron the roster he wants, but that's not reality. What you are seeing is LeBron got what he wanted with Russell Westbrook, and now he gotta lay in that bed. Because dudes, if you haven't noticed, they're not lined up to come play for the Lakers. Because if it was really like that, they would offer their services. Now, when they do want to do it, they're too old. Like Melo when they came over last year, and Trevor Ariza and Bazemore. Yeah, they want to come play with LeBron, but their career was done. You don't see young guys doing that because they know you're going to take a back seat over here in LA. So I think the front office has done just fine giving him what he wants. It's just problem is there's not a lot of money to go around when you're paying guys like LeBron 50-something, you're paying AD 40-something, and Russell Westbrook 47 million. That's not a lot of money to go around after that. So that's what I would say to that.
That's why the bench is a bunch of players with no names.
Yeah, you have no choice. Yeah, there's no money. So I said, but you're Los Angeles, someone got a bag, buddy, regardless of the money situation. That's not how it works, man. You can't do under the table deals, and you can't go over the salary cap. Now, if it's baseball, you'd be good to go. You can just pay what the hell you want to pay and just pay the luxury tax. NBA doesn't work that way. You can't do it that way, bro.
I think, when is the collective bargaining agreement coming up for the players?
I think it's coming next year.
Next year? I think one thing me and my son were talking about in the NBA with the luxury tax, I think if you draft a player and you groom a player, they shouldn't have the same cap on. But if you trade for a player or a player comes a free agent, then that's when the cap should happen as far as like that, because teams are going to get penalized for drafting well.
Yeah, Oklahoma City is the poster child of that.
Yeah,
and they got Westbrook, KD, Ibaka, Harden. They couldn't sign anybody back. That's fair. That's fair. That's definitely fair. Well, Brian, I don't want you to be a stranger, man. It's getting late, so I'm gonna hit the hay.
All right, brother. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate your commentary, man.
It's been fun, and I can't wait for Undisputed tomorrow.
Oh man, Shannon Sharp may not show up.
Well, if you say, Skip. Skip.
Now, come on now, Skip.
Yeah. All right, my brother. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much, my brother. Have a great night.
All right, Brian. I appreciate everybody. Y'all hit the like on the way out. Thank y'all so much for listening. This has been Hoop Jargon with a, kind of going off script, doing this, but y'all seem to enjoy it. So if I'm up to it, I'm gonna start doing these again, man. I'll talk to y'all soon.
Shout out to Hoop Sharky, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Sharky. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Man, I'm here with my man with Hoop Jargon, the best in the game, man. And you know I only live selected few in my circle. And this is the real dude right here. We gonna get down with the get down.